Pixel art might look simple, but did you know that people are turning these tiny pieces of digital art into real income online? In this video, I'll show you exactly how you can start selling your own pixel art, even if you are a complete beginner. And I will also share what you need to know to avoid wasting your time. In case you don't know, my name is Michael and I've tested hundreds of different ways to make money online, and whenever I come across something that I think is interesting, I look into it and then I share it here on my YouTube channel and on my website, because there are many great ways to earn online and there are opportunities for all. It's just about finding the right opportunities for you. So today I will talk about pixel art and how you can make money online by creating and selling it. I will walk you through how to get started creating pixel art for free. I will go over where you can sell it, and I'll even show you real examples of how much people are making with this simple art style. There will be no hype, no empty promises, just a real look at what's possible and how to get started so you can find out if this is the right opportunity for you or not. So let's dive in. So what is pixel art and why does it sell? Let's start by going over that before we dive into how to create and sell pixel art. So pixel art is a digital art form, you can call it, where images are created by arranging tiny squares. I will show you more about this later. And these tiny squares are called pixels, and they are rearranged or arranged in a way to make a larger picture. And it's known for its blocky and grid-like look, which is why it's been a big part of retro video games, and now it has this nostalgic feel to it also, and a lot of people love this. But it's not just about nostalgia. Pixel art is also popular because it's simple to make and it also doesn't require expensive software or a lot of artistic experience. With just a basic pixel editor, anyone can actually start experimenting with it. But why does it then sell? Well, pixel art can be used for a lot of different things. For example, game developers often need pixel assets for their games. For example, things like characters, icons, or backgrounds. And designers use pixel art for prints or stickers or digital collectibles. And some people just buy it just for fun as a digital avatar or as a part of an online brand. And I have also personally seen many newer crypto projects use pixel art as a way to create awareness around their project. Because of its simplicity and the fact that it's so flexible, pixel art is always in demand in creative communities. And that's where the opportunity for you comes in. And next I will show you exactly how you can start creating your own pixel art, even if you're a complete beginner. And then we will of course also go over where you can then potentially sell it, the earning potential, and everything you need to know. So how to start creating pixel art? Well, first of all, you need an idea, or maybe you already have some good ideas, but if not, then you can go to platforms, the ones that I will show you later, where you can actually sell it, to maybe get some inspiration. You can even also ask something like ChatGPT or another AI about what is popular for pixel art right now, what is some of the things that people are looking for, and then use that as inspiration and look more into that. So there's a lot of ways to get the ideas, and then once you have it, then you can go to a couple of different platforms and start creating your art there. So let me show you a couple of these. Of course you can use Photoshop, but that's often also quite expensive and you also need a lot of experience to use it. So I will show you a couple of very easy methods also. So you have, for example, this website, you can see the URL here also. This is a very cheap tool to be able to use it to create pixel art. They even have tutorials there about it. So this is a popular platform. Another popular platform is this Pixel app there, because this one is also free. So that can be a great place to get started if you just want to start testing yourself. And I know you might now also think, can't you just use AI to completely create it for you? There's something you need to know about that, so we'll go over that later. First, I'll just show you an example of how you can get started, for example, testing it on Pixel here, because you can come here, you can just create from scratch and just start drawing yourself around there. Or if you're brand new, a cool way to do it, in my opinion, if you just need experience, because you need to just start testing it, will of course take some time to actually get used to how to use these tools and a great way to do that is you can just choose one of these different examples they have, and then start looking into how have they actually built this, and change it around. You can see the tools they have here. They have the different layers over here, and then you can also save it. You can see you can save it, for example, in different ways. You can save it also even as a PNG or as a GIF if it's an animated one. So it has a lot of different options. You can see the tools here. You can just have this pen tool where you can draw, and this is also how you can do from scratch if you just have a completely clean canvas. But why I recommend, if you're brand new, to start with one of theirs there, it's not to steal it or anything like that. That's just to get experience where you can see like, okay, they build these different layers. How have they done the animation? If you want something where the animation, you don't have to do that. If you just want one simple one, you can do that. You can see here, you can also copy them, duplicate them, delete them, play around with them, save it for yourself. You can change the colors. You can choose this color here. You can choose any color you want if you want to here, as you can see, and then start using them here. It gives so many opportunities. So it's basically just your creativity that sets the limits for this. But what you need to know is that it does require you to take some time to get to know these tools. There are a lot of tutorials online. This is not for full tutorial about that. This is just to give you inspiration to find out if this is for you, because you can create some really cool pixel art. You can use a tool like this to learn it for free. And then later I'll show you how much some people are actually making by selling this, because it is important to understand that it will require you some time and effort to master this, to make great pixel art that can actually sell. Because even in a time where AI has become so popular, you would still need to actually do this manually. So let's just talk about AI for this also, because I know a lot of people will think, well, why do I have to sit and do that manually? Can't I just ask AI to do it? So when it comes to AI creating pixel art for you, I just want to make something clear that currently, and again, this can change because AI, of course, also develops quickly. But right now, I think AI can be a great tool for inspiration, for example, for references or the colors you can use and how to do it, all these different things. But currently, it's not reliable for polished pixel art. And I've tested it myself to also check it, and it doesn't really look that great, and not something you could actually sell, because they often blur or they mismatch the pixel grid and all this, as it currently is anyways. So I think AI can be great to use for inspiration and ideas and all this. You can even ask it to create different sketches, things like that, and then you can use that as inspiration. And I think that is definitely great and can definitely speed it up, so you don't have to start with from scratch when you have an idea. But to ask it completely to do it for you, that's currently not an option. So you would need to put in some effort, and that is important to understand. But if you then are willing to do that, it definitely can be a fun way to potentially make money also. But to make money, of course, you need to be able to sell your pixel art. So let's now go over a few places where you can do this and show you some examples of how much some people are making from this. So there are many different places you can sell pixel art, and you can sell, for example, also packs or single images. It can be game assets. There are many different types of pixel arts you can sell, and some of the places, one of the very popular ones is this it's.io. You can find it here in the game assets. There's a lot of different things, and these platforms I'm showing you now, that can also be places where you can go and get the inspiration, see what is actually selling, what are people creating, not to copy, of course, but to get inspiration and to get a sense of the market. But this is definitely a platform. You can see a lot of people are selling it. This, for example, here for $2.50 for 16 by 16 tile sets there. If you put in time and effort, build up a reputation on a platform like this. Some people are just making passive income once you've actually uploaded it, quite a few. You shouldn't expect that you will sell a lot by just uploading one single image, of course, but then some people are making quite decent money. You can see $20 for it there, and this is just one platform where you can do it. On Fiverr, for example, there are a lot of people that are selling pixel art. If you just search for it, you can see there's more than 3,500 results, and you see, for example, this person here, the starting price is around 28 euros, and this person has more than 440 reviews. So that means that there has been at least 442 customers that have paid at least 28 euros for buying this person's pixel art. The next one here you can see also starts at 74, doesn't have so many reviews. This one here, 424 reviews, so that means at least 424 have bought from this person. And you can just see more than 500 customers. This one has more than 1,000 customers, and the starting price is 28 euros. So you can see a lot of people are selling pixel art here for quite decent money. And if you take the time to build up a reputation, to build up your skills, then it definitely can give quite good income. And maybe you already are skilled in creating pixel art, but you just haven't really thought about that it's something you can sell. And as you can see, some people are making quite good money from this. And these are just two examples. You can also go to a platform like Etsy. There's also pixel art being sold here for quite good money. So basically any platform where you can buy and sell stuff, you can go and sell pixel art also. This itch.io is known for it, but as you can see, there's also a lot of people selling it on other platforms like Fiverr and Etsy and other platforms. But let's now also talk a little bit more about the earning potential. So let's now talk more about what you're probably the most curious about, and that is how much can you actually make selling pixel art. And the truth is that pixel art isn't going to make you rich overnight, but it can be a nice source of extra income, especially if you create small packs or assets that people are always looking for. I, for example, showed you some examples, and on a platform like Etsy, some artists sell small packs of pixel art, icons or characters from anywhere from $5 to $30 per download. And on itch.io, for example, you'll also see packs selling for similar prices, and some of them even have hundreds of sales. And I also showed you that some of the creators on Fiverr, they have hundreds of customers, and the prices start from $5 and up to also $30+. And it's also worth noting that if you build up a good collection, you can bundle your art into packs and sell them for even higher prices, sometimes even $50 or more. But remember that the amount of sales you can get, of course, depends a lot on your style, how well you market your art, and how unique your assets are. So it's not a guarantee, and you'll need to be consistent in uploading and promoting your art to see a steady income. But let's now also go over some tips and common mistakes to help you get the most out of it and also find out if it's really the right opportunity for you or not. So before you jump in, there are a few important tips and some common mistakes to avoid. So first of all, I recommend that you start small. Don't try to make overly complicated art when you're just starting out. Just simple and clean pixel art can actually sell really well. And secondly, focus on quality. Even if it's simple, make sure your art is polished, because that also builds up your reputation on platforms where people can leave reviews. So pay attention to the color choices, the shading and alignment to make your art stand out. And the third tip is that consistency is key, as it is with everything when it comes to making money online. So upload regularly if you are, for example, on Etsy or itch.io, because the more items you have, the more likely people are to also find you. And then there are a few things you also need to make sure to avoid some mistakes that some people do. And the first one is that you should not copy others. It's okay to get inspiration, as I've also talked about earlier, but copying someone else's work won't help you build a real business, and it can even get your listings taken down on some platforms. Also, don't rely on just one listing. Test different styles and different packs and see what sells. You might find that a style you didn't expect actually does really well. And finally, remember that it's a long-term game. Pixel art can be fun to make and sell, but the key is to keep improving and experimenting. So just to sum it all up, creating and selling pixel art can definitely be a way to eventually make passive income if you're willing to learn it and to test it out and to put in continuous effort. But you do need to do it with the right expectations. It's not a magical way to become rich. There is no magical way to become rich in general online. But this is definitely an interesting way to potentially build up an online income stream if you are interested in creating digital art. And if you have any experiences yourself, I would love to hear them in the comments, and in general, I would also love to hear your thoughts. Is creating pixel art and selling it something that you would be interested in? Why and why not? Please share in the comments below. And if you think that pixel art is not for you, then you might be interested in another way to create an online business, because there are many ways as mentioned. And personally, I have built up a full-time income with affiliate marketing, and that is one of the absolute best ways as a beginner, in my personal opinion and experience, to to start a business from scratch, if you want to work completely on your own terms. I also have more information about how I've done that and the exact steps on my website. I will leave a link below so you can check that out if you're interested. If you're just interested in different free ways where you can start earning a bit of extra money on the side, I have a free email course also you can check out. I will leave a link to that below also. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.